PCCD and OVS want to better inform and educate the field with the OVS Consolidated standards. Pennsylvania has long been considered a leader when it comes to these operational standards that are designed to maintain quality services and programming delivered by skilled advocates and staff. The standards are meant to be a guide to VSPs for best practices and excellent service delivery, provide minimum expectations for VSPs, and ensure uniformity of service delivery across the Commonwealth. The standards provide the minimum expectations of victim service delivery and ensure professionalism of the victim services field. PCCD and OVS has launched a series of recordings that will walk program staff through our standards. These will be short recordings up to 30 minutes in length, posted on PCCD's YouTube channel. PowerPoint presentations will be created for each OVS standard. The OVS newsletter will announce new recordings as they are available. A prior recording called Introduction to PCCD Consolidated Standards is available on PCCD's YouTube channel. PCCD recommends listening to the introductory recording if you have not already done so. In this recording, we will highlight the intake standard adopted by the Victim Services Advisory Committee, or VSAC, in February 2024. Programs who have PCCD as oversight entity will need to make and have an intake policy and procedure in place. Following this training, program staff contact assigned to your grants can help answer individual questions about this standard in relation to your project. Intake begins at the point of engagement when the victim voluntarily accepts services offered. Intake consists of the initial and ongoing process whereby the Victims Services Program, or VSP, staff obtains the necessary information from a victim to assist them, identifies the needs arising from the victimization, and proceeds to the victim information on the services and rights available to meet those needs. In obtaining intake information, the VSP shall attend to the cultural, language, and/or disability needs of the victim and make the appropriate accommodations. Intake requirements consist of the VSP staff, through personal contact with the victim, shall explore the victim's concerns, problems, needs, safety issues, and willingness to respond to media requests. Please see Media and Crisis Intervention Standards. Additionally, VSP staff shall obtain the necessary demographic information required by the program and/or funders and information on how to safely contact the victim in the future. The VSP staff shall provide the following information to the victim and document in writing that it was provided. Description of the VSP, its services and purpose. Reasonable expectations from the VSP and the limits of the program. Description of the confidentiality afforded to victim and the limits of that confidentiality. Please see Confidential Communication Standard. Explanation of victims' rights and legal standing in Pennsylvania. Please see Victims' Rights Notification Standard. The VSP staff shall also provide information on proceedings that are likely to be covered by the media standard, helping clients understand victim witness intimidation and how to report an intimidation incident, see Victim Witness Intimidation Standard, and the Crime Victim Grievance Process, see the Crime Victims Grievance Standard. The VSP staff shall determine the need for further services from the VSP and determine with the victim how and when these services will be provided. The VSP staff will determine the need for additional services not provided by the VSP and plan with the victim the most appropriate means to access those services. Meeting the aforementioned program requirements entails personal contact and information gathering with the victim. OVS's intake standard contains a number of practice tips and considerations for advocates during the intake process. Please refer to the standard for this helpful information. If assessing the victim's needs through an intake assessment tool, VSPs are strongly encouraged to use the Validated Intake Assessment Tool. The Validated Assessment Tool means that the tool has been tested for reliability and validity for the population the VSP serves. It is generally thought that identifying trends or problem areas at intake via standardized assessment tools may result in more effective and successful service planning and interventions. In victim services, the Lethality Assessment Program, or LAP tool, is considered a validated assessment tool. VSPs should use technology that supports intake processes that are compliant with privacy and confidentiality requirements. See use of technology in the provision of services to victims standard. Responsible agencies are encouraged to enter into interagency agreements or memorandums of understandings, MOUs, with local area service providers, including VSPs, to obtain information relevant to and/or necessary for the intake process. Examples: personally identifiable information or information identifiable to the victim, etc. Please email or call the program staff contact assigned to your grant with any questions. Thank you.